So why do we share photos and videos? We do it to connect with family and friends, to show our creativity. I mean, I've got an Instagram account, so I'm posting photos to that all the time. Do it to share happy events in our lives, sometimes to promote a new business if we've got it. If you're promoting something on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, images really enhance the attention you're going to get with something like that. So we share videos and photos in a variety of places. These are all the places you can do it. There's Instagram, Facebook, Flickr, which I post a lot of things on, and Pinterest is a big one. LinkedIn, of course, Twitter, Snapchat, and of course, a lot of people have blogs and they'll post their own photos on there. And for videos, you also have YouTube and increasingly TikTok. A lot of people are getting attracted to TikTok. I am not a TikTok user myself, but I know that it's become really popular. It kind of originated with the younger crowd, and it's slowly gaining some momentum with older adults as well. So the risks of sharing in today's digital age. You have to worry about the theft or misuse of your work, which may not sound like a big deal. If you have a photo that you've taken or a video and somebody downloads it, you know, at first you may think, wow, they liked it. That's really cool. Well, they may be using that to make money in some way, shape, or form. So that's something to think about. There is the risk of violating other people's intellectual property rights. If you download an image without really knowing whether you've got the rights to do that or not, and also encroachment on other people's privacy. This is something you really have to worry about if you're taking pictures of people. And all it takes is a right mouse click or a drag and drop to download an image from the web. It's very easy to do. So let's first talk about keeping yourself out of trouble. There is posting to social media. You risk infringing on a copyright. If you grab an image and download it and then use it on a social media or blog post. And there are all kinds of places you can do that. You can just go to Google Images, type in something, get a photo there, grab it, and you're good to go. It doesn't matter that you've credited the creator. And it doesn't matter if you've linked back to their website or their social media page, anything like that, any other place where you grab that content in the first place. So you may think you've got yourself covered, but you don't always do that. Now you might wonder here why I got this photo, and may look like I am being hypocritical here, but there are places where you can get royalty-free images to use for your own purposes, whether that's for a PowerPoint presentation or something like that. And I can talk about those in a little more detail later this hour. So one thing you have to ask yourself if you're using a photo is, will posting that photo or video in any way affect its value to the originator? So one way to avoid trouble is to, I'm just going to tell you, never download and share an image from Google Images or from other web browsers. It's good to stick to Creative Commons sites. And I mentioned those sites where you can do that. You can use free stock photography from places like Pixabay and Unsplash. Those are two sites that allow you to grab any kind of photo royalty free, which means that you can use it as often as you want. So a lot of photographers will just post their photos there mainly for exposure. And Pixabay in particular, they don't even require you to credit the photo. They'll, they may ask you to do that, but there's no requirement. And they may sometimes ask you, and it's a very passive ask. You don't have to act on it at all. May ask for a donation to the photographer or to Pixabay itself. So that's a safe place to grab images. Creative Commons is something that there are places like Wikimedia Commons. The site Flickr has a Creative Commons area that allows you to use photos from there without any worry about copyright violations. If I upload a photo to a Creative Commons area, then that means I am allowing people to use it as any way they want. There are some fair use provisions in US law, copyright law, for commentary, parody, news reporting, for educational purposes and research. There is a little bit of wiggle room there, but the less of the product used, the better. That's especially the case with video. And if it does infringe on the copyright owner's livelihood, it's not fair use. So here are some images, types of images you might want to avoid sharing. Photos of kids without the permission of their parents or their guardians. Any kind of commercial copyrighted work, and that could be not only photographs, but that could be, illustrations that people have done, digital graphic design, things like that. One other thing to think about is pictures of people's homes in the interior without their permission. Now, chances are, if you go to a party at a friend's and you take a picture there and you post it on Facebook, they're probably not going to be all that upset. But say you are going to some kind of charity event or fundraiser or something like that at a person's home who you've never met. That's where you probably would get a little worried. Never hurts to ask whoever it is, if it's a friend or anybody else, would you mind if I posted this? And it's probably best to get it in an email or something tangible, something in writing, rather than a verbal agreement.